Oh, there I can see.
Hi guys, I hope you are good. My name is Mbuyiselo Vulakazi. They call me His Royal Teaness, and thank you so much for taking your precious time to join me as we're about to unpack episode. Is it episode 5 or episode 6, child?
Six.
Episode 6 of the Real Housewives of Durban. Sometimes I forget. That's how because the show is so amazing. And guys, I'm not alone today. I'm with Pam, who is a journalist based in Kenya. And please introduce yourself. And I'm so this really speaks about the impact of Showmax, multi-choice, and the
Mhm.
Real Housewives of Durban. The fact that we have someone from Kenya who loves the show, who follows the show. So please kindly introduce yourself. People are already acquainted with your work, so please kindly introduce yourself.
Well, thank you, His Royal Teaness, my friend, Bui, my Chomi. It's so funny how
Thank
we
you.
it just I think I saw one of your posts on Twitter when I just started my page and I was like, wow, this guy is really doing what I want to be doing. So I just started my page. I started with reality with Real Houses of Nairobi, and then I grew to other reality shows. Showmax, incidentally, is the only one that's really showing a lot of African reality TV, and that's where my heart lies. It lies in reality TV, but I like the African space. So, yes, I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya, and I love everything reality TV. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm stoked. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite shows today.
The Real Housewives of Durban. But before we start, or
Mhm.
maybe let's save this to the end because you're in Nairobi, you probably have some tea to share about the Housewives of Nairobi. So maybe
Oh,
let's so so maybe let's share that tea towards the end, right?
sure thing. We'll do that. I have a lot to spill.
Like I'm excited because I am a fan of the Real Housewives of Nairobi. First of all, how are you finding season 4 of the Real Housewives of Durban?
I feel like the show has come into maturation. It's come into its own. I can see that the OGs are really setting the pace and setting the tone. They have decided we are not gonna beef anymore. Let's leave the beef to the newbies. Though I can feel some undertones coming even with the OGs, but that's the way the season started. And I like that they started off on a clean slate kind of thing. I like it. I like the show has really reached its maturation for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like I don't know, something about there's a formula about the Housewives of Durban that is working, and
Mhm.
which I hope I just don't know what that formula is, but there seems to be a working formula that other franchises are not getting. Lagos has numbers, they have the most population, but there's just a formula about Houses of Durban that makes it work. And for me, it is the best Housewives franchise in Africa and one of the best reality television shows we have in Africa.
I mean, for sure, these guys are really doing the damn thing. The quality of the production, honestly, tops, especially when you look at last season and the reunion. That one was world class. It was like it was done on a world better than some of the international ones, if you ask me.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So the show has really come into its own. The fans are now, also have grown with the show. I love the fact that it's the longest standing Real Housewives franchise in Africa. I mean,
In
it's come.
Africa, yeah.
Joburg, I think, was the first. Am I right? I think.
It was the first one, yes.
Yeah, and now they've overtaken Joburg with 4 seasons. It just shows how strong and powerful the cast are. The fans really love the show. They're supporting it. They're watching. They're egging them on. They're commenting. Twitter is ablaze. They're always trending. I like it. I love it. Honestly, I
I
can't.
know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pam. And I appreciate you being here. Now, let us just get in this episode. We saw Angel and her mom going for a spa treatment, and
Mhm.
Angel is revealing to her mom that whatever plans I thought I had, just they're no longer existing. When it looks like basically she was telling us that she's no longer in a relationship with this guy. I just want to hear from you. What are your thoughts about Angel, her relationship with a man? Most people just expand. You are my guest,
Mhm. So when we met Angel in episode 1, there was something she said, and I keep bringing it up. She keeps saying she met this guy 13 years ago. Then all of a sudden she's talking about 1 year they've been together. So her stories are really not matching. And then the scenes with the guy seemed a bit, I don't know, not natural, it felt like they're not really, it just didn't feel right. To me, it doesn't even look like a real relationship, to be honest. It felt a bit staged, honestly. And yeah, her mom doesn't know her boyfriend of 13 years. And then obviously she's talking about fine, her fertility issues, and thank God she's, come out of that well. But the way she's swiping him off the scene so fast, I'm like, were you really together, or what's that about? And honestly, those are my thoughts.
No, honestly, that's how we also feel. That's how I also feel. I'm like, hi, Bo, what is really happening here, Angel? I don't know. Now it's all the timing. The timing is just everything. It's like, I don't know. But so far, what are your thoughts? Is Angel integrating well within the group, or what? Or maybe she's overcompensating. But what are your thoughts about her integrating into this group?
I feel like she had a rocky, hard start, and definitely it wasn't working out or panning out well for her. Only because she came in too hard, she came in too rough, she was coming in too abrasive, and I think she realized it and pulled back. And now things have, how do I say, the tables or the eyes are now on someone else. I
Mm.
think she's happy that the heat is off her, but she came in a bit too hard. She came in too strong. I think she realized that and pulled back and was like, oops, let me just try and get guys on my side with my, my story of fertility. Let them get to know my other side. I liked that Sorisha is allowing her to also just express herself and, show the human and softer side of her. I think we saw that last 2 episodes ago. But yeah, she came in too strong, but she's now merging with the group, especially this
Yeah.
episode. This episode really, really solidified her what do I say, part in the group, or her
Yeah.
just solidified her and endeared them to her, especially the gift she gave them. But I guess we'll get to that.
No, definitely. One thing about this episode, I really share similar sentiments with you. I felt as if Angel, I love it when someone steps up. I feel like in this episode, especially in her event, she carried that. No, I belong here. I'm a housewife. I'm a cast member. Like I was so impressed with Angel, honestly, and I love that she's young. As much as some people, I mean, that can work against you, but I love that she's young. She comes into a group of women who are very matured, but she brings in she's a very young element to the group. Honestly, I like her presence in the show. Now, I want us to also speak about something. Jojo and Maria have rekindled their relationship, and we saw them together, and it's all lovey-dovey. What do you think of the reconciliation between Jojo and Maria?
This is what I was saying even in the beginning. I like that the old, okay, not older in age, but older in terms of time on being on the show, that they're sort of like, let's clean the slate, let's forget last season's drama and start afresh. It's also very cute to see them on social media now, also really being supportive. It feels real and genuine, and they're really, really, really supportive of each other. I feel like they were they both honored that forgiveness. They didn't hold or harbor any issues. It's a genuine friendship. I think their friendship was real to begin with. How long, would you know how long they've known each other before they,
Not
Maria?
long, not long, not long at all. Not long. Maybe not more than 2 years, I think.
Okay, then I'm happy to see that they're back together. It's cute. It's cute to me. I like it. I like it.
Yes, and they're such a, like, what, when I like, and also they went a very low last season, both of them, honestly. So I'm so glad that they're able to say, you know what, we love what we have, and we love, and now we're no longer reflecting or dwelling on the past. Let's just move forward. Can I say this? I know it's going to sound controversial, but I feel like since Annie left the show, ladies are slowly, getting along very well, because we know Annie, as much as she made people, account, but she liked to drag things. She'd be like, "No, Joe, Maria has not really forgiven you." I'm telling you, I feel like Annie's absence is making the ladies even more closer. Yes, they're gonna have issues, but I just feel like Annie had to leave for people to realize that there's actually room for friendship. Yeah. What do you think about that?
You know what? Honestly, I hadn't looked at it that way. That's a very interesting perspective. I hadn't really looked at it that way, to be honest. But I do miss Annie in the sense of she will say what we're all thinking. She will ask the
Yes,
question.
yes.
But yeah, honestly, I hadn't really thought about it that way. I don't know if she's the reason why people are now coming back together. Obviously, the fallout with Annie and Jojo was colossal. It was big. Maria and Jojo's was not as big as Annie's and Jojo's. So now that you mention it, I agree. Annie leaving that dynamic has also brought room for Jojo and Maria.
Maria.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you could be right. I hadn't thought about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just guys, for those who are watching, feel free to share your thoughts on the comment section below. We are just sharing our opinions. Honestly, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Let us talk about Amy. Amy joined them later on, and she's opening up about, again, the robbery. And she is telling her side of the story, even mentioning Londi London. And
Woo!
what do you think? Just please share your thoughts around that whole situation, and then I'll share my thoughts after you.
Okay, for me, honestly, I was like, this is tea. Oh my goodness. I am loving the fact that Amy is coming in honest, open. She's not holding back. She's like, I'm here to give you my real life. I have nothing to hide. Her mentioning a lot. I like that Jojo was also like, so are you talking about the current girl? Like, she wanted her to be like, is it like, yes, I'm talking about Londi London. We're in court right now. She, had me arraigned and what. I was like, wow, Amy is not holding back. I wish Londi had agreed to come back, because this would have made the show so sweet. Oh my God, the drama
Yo,
would have been healing. It would have been so hot. It would have been nice to see them face off in real life. But I guess Londi is Annie's friend, and they're both people who don't want to be on the show anymore. It's okay, whatever. But I wish she was there, to be honest.
no, I wish she was there to tell her side of the story. Now,
Mhm.
as someone from outside, this is how I feel. I love Emmy. And I think she's an amazing person. You can just she's a girl next door, relatable girl.
Mhm.
But I feel as if I don't want Emmy to build to build her foundation on Londi London. Do you understand? I'm not sure if you get me. So I feel like if we exclude Londi London in the equation, what are we left with? Do you have a solid storyline? Will people still have interest in your life if there was no involvement with Londi London? I wanted to just, and maybe at this episode it's fine, but going forward, let's leave Londi London out of her mouth. Just build your own credibility, because right now, what is drawing us, yes, it's your personality, but it's also the team. We want to hear more about Londi. So that's how I feel. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. For me, I feel like it's okay for her to come in with this storyline, because it was the most controversial thing at the time. She was
Yes,
trending. I
yes.
mean, people would want her to address this whole thing. What's this about? It would have made for such good TV if Londi was there. And this ex, I want to know, by the way. Okay, me being in Kenya, I don't know all the ins and outs. In fact,
Yes.
I didn't know about Amy until the show. I didn't know about the scamming and the court case. And can you just fill me in on that? Because honestly, I'm a bit not too tuned in with that.
To be honest with you, I do not know myself. Because I remember when Emmy was trending, she was trending. I do not know who this woman was, honestly. I just felt sorry for her. She was just trending. She's, after going going through this hijacking, and she had bruises, and I just didn't know what was really happening. And later I found out that, oh, okay, the man apparently is a swindler, allegedly. And, and then he moved on, and he's now with Londi. And then I think he's no longer with Londi right now,
Whoa.
and yeah, it's a whole drama. But what you need to know is that it's the I think we eventually found out that it's the main reason why Londi Mazwide, who is Nonko's friend, is not in good terms with Emmy. But it's a long story. Another thing, there is a podcast that is coming today by it's called Lungelo MKM Engineer Your Life. I think it's called Engineer Your Life. Emmy will be speaking there. And I want us to go and see what they really have in store for us, because Emmy is spilling all the tea about. I don't know, but I heard something. I don't know, but I heard Emmy saying that it's always the girl that you know that takes your man. So I'm wondering, that does Londi London and Emmy know each other? I don't know. I just have to watch the whole video and in full context. But nevertheless, let us proceed.
Wow, that is, you. I mean, you started off by saying you don't know much, but you've given me a lot. Like, whoa, that's really good info. I just want to know, what was his scam? What did he scam her allegedly? Whatever that scam was, and is he the one? Because when we go back to the episode at Jojo's house, the cowboy party, the story that Angel was talking about, it seems like he was trying to repossess his car, and in the process, of course, whatever happened, and the kids were there. So fine, technically that is a carjacking, because if the car is hers, he's stealing her car. But was it him, or was it strangers, or was what like, that's the thing I'm not understanding. And it felt like there was a lot of holes in that story.
There's a lot in the story, but let me tell you guys. Now come close. I'm emotional when it comes to this. Someone said something very sensitive. I'm not going to mention their name. You know what? On this one, I'm on Emmy's side. I don't think she would fake that hijacking. I had some, some clips that no one had privilege of, and they broke my heart. That's all I can say. But those clips do confirm that the hijacking did take place, and definitely Emmy could not fake such a thing that affected the children. But there are voice notes I had which left me shocked, guys. And when the time is right, just that it involves children, and I was like, no, Emmy would not fake something like this, guys. Yeah, but let's continue on when the time is right.
Woo, boy, I love this. You're giving me everything right now. I love it. Thank you. I love it.
That's the way. Let's talk about Sorisha and Zama. That conversation. Oh my God! I just want you to unpack it, please. What do you think of? Yes,
Sorry, I think you missed when Mausi went to Sorisha's house.
Sorisha. Yes. What do you think about that? What do you think? I will share my thoughts after yours.
Okay. Honestly, I liked seeing Mausi. I was in fact, if there's anything that I was excited to see about this episode, was Mausi, because I wanted her to come and express herself and get the truth out, from the people who she obviously left off in not a good state. And for me, I feel like Sorisha, and this may be a very controversial statement, but Sorisha doesn't have much of a storyline. So I feel like she's using Mausi as a storyline. But on the flip side, I feel like Sorisha is being almost like, she's decided, I'm gonna be the Giselle of the show. I'm gonna be the Kenya.
She's the force multiplier.
The force multiplier. Thank you. That's what she decided to be, because she's not gonna give much about her life. Okay, what's happening in her life? Her and Viv are okay. Her kids are off in school. Her pugs are there. I mean, she has her mansion, her cars. She doesn't have much to give in terms of personal storyline. So I feel like she used Mausi as that, but I'm happy all the same because we wanted to see Mausi come and address her thing. Because when we left off with Mausi, was it season 2 reunion? Hi,
Yes.
cool. Now she's talking about a show that they did. I didn't watch that show. About a public apology. But for me, we left them off cool. So I was like, what happened? What happened? And I wanted to see now that story, you know, and how it will go.
Mm. Yo, I was happy for Mabusi's presence, or rather her coming back. It's just that people don't, if you are not a full-time cast member, you need to, especially if you are a friend of the show, when you make your presence, you need to take it very serious because it's like an audition. Personally, I felt as if Mabusi's audition did not go well, but we're still gonna talk about that. I was happy to see her, and I'm so glad. It's just that I will tell you as I think it'll make sense when I tell you when we look at the incident between her and Jojo. But
Yeah.
I'm happy that she's back. But yes, you are right about Sorisha. I feel like Sorisha is just moving from here. But at the same time, I've been saying the OGs don't owe us anything, honestly. They don't owe us anything at this point. They've had all the storylines, they've been trashed. Right now, they are just anchors of the show. That's what she's just doing right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the next one, right? It's Sorisha and Zama. What's your take on that whole conversation? I want you to unpack it. I love how you unpack things.
You do? Thank you. So to me, Zama came in not ready to be, I don't know, she was not cooperative, she was angry, she was still in her feelings. So Risha also was coming to tell her, like, you need to cooperate, you need to work with the group, you need to. But so Risha kind of backpedaled and was like, oops, I think if I push her too hard, she'll leave the group. So she decided to apologize and was talking about the ape. That ape hairline comment was just like, okay, were you upset? So Risha, at the time it was said, Zama says no, it was cool. So there's just a lot going on. But to me, Zama came in like, yo, I don't need this. I don't need to be here. I don't need this group. I have my own friends. Yeah, I could leave. In fact, I thought that was her leaving. It felt like she was leaving the entire thing.
I know.
When I saw her in the upcoming scenes and the upcoming episode, I'm like, okay, but and you know what? Zama doesn't want to be there. She even said it in the beginning. In one of her confessionals, I remember her saying, do I want to be part of this group? You know, she's already questioning whether she wants to be there. So that's how I feel about that scene. Honestly.
My take is Zama. I don't like what Zama is doing. If you don't want to be in the show, why did you join? Don't make people feel like, oh, I don't even want to be. No. You part of the group. You know, she's making us. She's basically putting herself in a grand state to say, you know what, I don't need you guys. That's how I feel about Zama. At the same time, I'm glad that Zama is the only person in this group that is able to stand up against Sorisha. Because Sorisha is not, it's still not clear. Sorisha, were you offended or not? She says, no, but my friends were offended. Sorisha, what's happening? Just get straight to the point. Yes, I was offended. Or maybe I was not offended. I got offended maybe when people. So this scene really, Zama 1-0 Sorisha, because you know, I did feel a bit that Zama was gaslighting Sorisha because, but at the same time, I felt like I'm so glad that Zama is one person who's able to say, hey, Sorisha, no, not this. Because most people at times, I feel like they're unable to express themselves around Sorisha. They normally go to their confessionals to speak about Sorisha. They will never come to her face.
I remembered something else that I felt about that scene as well. It felt to me that Zama was questioning Sorisha and Maria's friendship. And I've been feeling this undertone, like I said earlier, there's an undertone of beef that Maria holds towards Sorisha. That's what I'm feeling. Like if you look at the way, for example, Maria brought Angel. No, Maria brought Angel onto the show. and Sorisha brought Zama, but they both fully
Mm.
supporting the other person's friend of or whatever, bringing on. Like, okay, I don't know if I'm making sense.
You
But
are, you are.
because Sorisha is being friendly with Angel, Maria is being friendly with Zama. That's how it feels. I feel
Mm.
weird beef with Sorisha. I feel like she doesn't respect Sorisha's position as the OG. And then there's that whole two Indians on the show. I don't know, there's just a weird beef there. I could even see it when we get to the scene at the end with Mausi and everything. Maria is hell-bent on being opposed to Sorisha. That's how I feel. It's just a
You
vibe.
are
I'm like,
right. But you
yeah.
know what I don't like about our friend Maria? Maria is always conflicted. Even last season, she left. She loved Sorisha, or she didn't like Sorisha because she thought Sorisha doesn't like her.
Mhm.
Eventually, she left Jojo, went to Sorisha. Now, when she's going back to her friend who is Jojo, it seems like she has a problem again now with Sorisha. I'm also noticing that pattern, and I'm glad you noticed that. I was like, no, there's because even Zama in the confessionals is alluding to the fact that there is a problem between Maria and Sorisha. So Zama was saying, "You've never even when was the last time were you in Maria's house?"
That's actually what confirmed it for me when Zama said that in the confessionals. And then I remembered, oh yes, even last week there was a bit of a vibe that Maria was giving. So when Zama and Maria have been hanging out a lot, and you see, they only give us the scenes that we see. What are they really talking about when they're not on camera? There's something
Mm.
telling Zama about Sorisha. And that's why she questioned the friendship. Are you really friends? Have you been to Maria's house? When you went for yoga together, she was even throwing a jab at the fact that they went for yoga together. So there's a vibe there that I'm getting. And it's Maria who has beef with Sorisha. I don't think Sorisha even is. Sorisha is
No.
like, even when the beef started last time, she didn't even know that Maria had an issue with her. Like, she's so oblivious to some things.
Yes, yes, you are right. You are definitely oblivious. And you know what? Now I want us to get into the last scene. Intentionally, I want you to just for me share your thoughts about Angel's party, the presence of Mabusi, and everything that went down. I just want to hear from you. What on God's green earth was happening there? Take
So,
it. It's all yours. The stage is yours.
let me take the floor. So, okay, this event was beautiful. I don't know, they're just calling it the motherhood
In,
party, fertility party. I'll mention this briefly. I like the fact that it's ironic that she's hosting our motherhood fertility party, and then it's juxtapositioned against Zama going to a fertility clinic. And it's so weird how these two have that big thing in common, but yet they are not getting along. It's unfortunate.
mm,
Bond over that and have a genuine friendship, I feel, despite their age difference. And then obviously, I love the colors, the outfits. I like how it's like they all planned, you come in red, you come in pink, you come in green.
yes.
I think it was quite planned. Obviously, you could tell no one was matching, maybe friends of or whatever. Yes, and then it's weird. Why would Sorisha call Angel right before to tell her she's bringing a plus one? What if there was no place setting for her? Like, so tacky. That's quite tacky. You need to give the host advance notice, at least a day or two or something. Like,
Very, yeah, definitely strange from Sorisha.
that's weird. That was weird to me, unless it was just said just for TV. I don't know. Maybe, I don't
Mm.
know. It feels like maybe Sorisha had already told um, Angel, but
Angel.
they planned she would call her and tell her again. Maybe, because if I was a host, I would be quite irritated if you tell me you're bringing someone at the very last minute, like, hello,
Mm.
for everyone. And yeah, anyway, there was that. And then, of course, Jojo in her gothic black, she's so on brand with that. Yeah, and when Mabusi walked in, Jojo looked genuinely happy to see her. She was,
Yes, I noticed that.
yeah, she was like, oh, she know Jojo is just a happy-go-lucky kind of person unless you come for her. So yeah, there was that. But of course, now Mabusi sat down and she's like, yes. Her, when she addressed Nonku to me, was like, Nonku is such a cop-out. She didn't. Also, I feel like Mabusi let her off too easy. She should have let her explain in her own words. This was the one time we needed Nonku to explain to the whole world, what does Mabusi vibes mean? Because that statement was explained by Bali at the reunion. Is that what it? Okay, fine. It felt like they were looking down on Mabusi and like she doesn't belong to the group and she's not of a certain stature and doesn't have the kind of money they have and whatever. But we wanted, this was the one time Nonku could have owned it and said what she meant and apologized for it. Not some, oh, I ordered a t-shirt and I called you and we talked. We don't know that. We want to see, this is the reason why she was brought there. Secondly, then of course the issue with Jojo, right? Jojo there, she is like, and you, Jojo, what's up with you blocking me? I felt like the ladies were downplaying this whole issue to a social media thing. That wasn't what it was about. It was about, we made up on a show and then you go ahead and block. What's that about? I thought we were cool. That was the essence of what Mabusi wanted to find out. Fine, Jojo kind of explained it, but I don't feel like, I think it was quite cut, because look, you went on social media and talked about me on blogs after that, so I wasn't happy. She kind of said it, but it was kind of, they sped past it. If you weren't keen on watching, you could have missed that part, but fine, that was actually valid then, if that's why Jojo blocked her. But Mabusi kind of went overboard when she called her the racial slur. It was a bit over the top, and obviously the ladies were not feeling it. Though Sorisha should have called her out on it. Sorisha is the kind of person, and I noticed this even last season when she brought Sane. She's not calling out Sane. She's not calling out Sane in front of the group. She should have called out Mabusi in front of the group and told her, girl, that's not cool. I know I brought you. Apologize for that. She didn't, and I understand why Maria was upset with her, but Maria was obviously being over the top because she's not feeling Sorisha. Yeah, and obviously I loved the nice touch that Angel did with the gifts.
Oh yeah, that was really so sweet.
Endeared her to the group. The women have a newfound love and respect for her, and obviously empathize with her situation. Now that she's able to, obviously, she doesn't have the fertility issue anymore. I'm sure they're rooting for her. And yeah, I think the event overall was chaos. It was a good kind of chaos. It's what we need. But the one was Londi and Amy addressed their issue. And I think Angel wanted that to happen, but obviously Mabusi came like a storm and cleared the room. Yeah.
Hurricane Mabusi.
I like that. Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm done with my thoughts.
No, thank you so much. You know what? I'm so grateful to God for Zoom, because there comes a point where when you review a show, you don't even know what to say. And I'm so glad that I have other people to share their opinions, because sometimes I really don't have anything to say. I just want to watch for enjoyment. But this is what I can say with regards to the party. Well planned, beautiful party, neon colors, everything was beautiful. And I love I love the party, and I like that there were no gaspins. I'm tired of gaspins, guys. Gaspins, I'm tired of you. Yeah, no, but the party was amazing. And oh yes, now this is why I'm saying Mabusi failed the audition. You come into an event, I wanted the conversations to be organic, and for her to create a space for next episode for her to be able to sit with Nonku and others to have conversations and Jojo not to, it came as if they were like, you only have this time and address everything. And she was, oh my God, I was like, oh my God, oh my God. She's coming for Jojo. She's coming for Nonku. And it was just too much. Okay, feelings are very valid. You understand. Someone blocks you when you thought you guys made up. But at the same time, let me tell you something that people don't know about Jojo. Jojo has blocked me. It's not a secret. But if people do not understand that it's her mechanism of dealing with things. It's not even malicious. She probably was not even angry at Mausi. That's her way of dealing with issues. She's just like, you know what? Let me just avoid. And she will tell you, I never went to her and explained myself. When she was fine, she unblocked me. I think I don't think she had necessarily a problem with Mausi, but she felt as if Mausi is probably agreeing with other people who in that Twitter space or whatsoever that was in the whatever that people were saying. So for example, if people are saying okay, now let me make me an example with myself. Now, in that stage whereby Jojo blocked me, and maybe I was on a Twitter space, and people are saying things about Jojo, and I'm quiet, it feels like I'm enabling. I think Jojo probably blocked Mabusi for being an enabler. But nevertheless, I still feel like Mabusi's feelings are also valid, guys. Mabusi, I think when Mabusi said, no, I would never say something like that, calling Jojo that with that word. I feel like Mabusi meant it, I'm sorry about that. I disconnected a bit. A friend of mine is calling me. Oh my God. I thought I put airplane mode. I thought I did, but it's still coming through. But I was saying, yeah, I think Mabusi's feelings are very much valid. I think Mabusi meant what she said to Jojo. It felt as if it's something that she had been holding, and when she met Jojo, she wanted to ensure that she tells it as it is, that you know
Yeah.
what you are the yeah, but it is now I'm saying she failed the audition. You cannot come to a show whereby you use such a word that is subject to a disciplinary, because if Jojo had said black B, we would have come for Jojo,
Have been cancelled, completely cancelled.
You see, and I'm saying she also failed the audition because remember that in season 2, there was something that we do not know till this day that apparently Mabusi, I don't know who said about Sorisha. You remember that when they went to this vacation, there's something that till this day we don't know what Mabusi said about Sorisha, which most people thought is it racist, and then now she's found. Child, go watch season 2. I'm gonna remember that episode whereby in the reunion, Makumalo, Tobile, yeah, did say that I found Mabusi, I don't know, and whether Lassie, they were saying stuff about Sorisha that I cannot even say and articulate here because it's offensive. So now again, Mabusi is using such words.
And she overheard them through her wall, her room wall.
Yes. So you see now where I'm saying, and also, guys, it's a white production company. It's a white production company. Well, and one of the producers are females. She would think, yo, this one day will fight. She will call me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, not good.
It's not good, but I understand. I feel like Mabusi is needed. I love her mostly as a friend of the show, and I think they must overlook that, guys. She's been villainized a lot, and we overlook that. We can't cancel her on the show because of just one mistake.
Did you feel like Jojo's reaction was an overreaction, and I feel like she was overcompensating by saying, "You can't call my best friend. What? You can't tell my best friend to shut up."
To shut up, yeah.
Overcompensating for last season when she was accused of not defending Nonku. I feel like it's overcompensation of some sort. That's how it felt. I missed to say that. And then I also feel like there was something else that stood out to me. Sorry. No, I think that's it. I think.
No. I hear you. I hear you. I think I don't know. It felt a bit odd when she said, "Oh no, you're not gonna tell my friend to shut up." You know, one thing about Jojo and Nonku
Up
are
and
so
even standing up and almost physically fighting. Amy was so hilarious. She was like, "Woo! I'm in white, guys. I'm wearing white."
right, right. Guys, I just find those ladies very hilarious, honestly. I think, and this is what makes Housewives of Durban the best. There is some level of toxicness, but the toxicness that you can still laugh at, you know, not whereby you're like, oh my God, someone's gonna die kind of Lagos vibe. But you know, what can we say? What can we say? Your departing words. What do you have to say?
Sorry.
No. Yeah, what do you have to say? And where can people also follow you? Yeah.
Okay, in terms of imparting, I feel like, oh, I like to rate the episode. I don't know if you do. I like to rate the
So
episode
yeah.
out of 10. So I'll give this one an 8. Last time I gave it a 7. I'll give it an 8. The 8, I didn't give it a 10 because obviously there was the Mausi when she came and used the slur that she did. There she kind of, brought down the rating for.
Mm,
And then what other thing made it flop for me? I think so Risha and not really Oni, she didn't really have a storyline. She's kind of using
yeah.
whatever. But other than that, episode was good. It was good. It flowed, and
Mm,
Zama stays and solidifies her position in the group and doesn't run away. She needs to just be a team player. Oh, and there's a thing we missed about her finances. I think we missed that part.
right. Yeah, not paying people.
And yeah, that was a bit interesting. And the way they're so big about finances in these groups where the ladies are supposed to
Yeah.
be and like moneyed. And then there was also the storyline I'd like to follow with Slee and her dad. The fact that it's been mentioned now twice. I hope we get to follow this storyline to free.
Yes, to the end. Yeah.
Hopefully we see her dad and her have a conversation. Yeah, for me, this episode was okay. It was a good watch. It was an easy watch. It was fun. I liked it. Oh,
And
well,
where can we follow you? Where can we follow you?
yes. I am mainly on Instagram, reality_TV_Africa. And I am on TikTok, Reality TV Africa, and here on YouTube, Reality TV Africa. TikTok, I just restarted it and I'm not posting any videos of the show because I don't want to be struck down again. I'm rebuilding it from scratch. I
Yes.
had to start from 6,000 followers back to
Oh
0.
my God, yes.
Yes. So right now I'm only posting like behind the scenes tea and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah.
not posting my live reviews and what. Yeah, those are pretty much the platforms that I'm on.
And any tea on the Real Housewives of Nairobi?
Okay, yes. So, first things first, I do know that the new season is coming next month in April. We do have 3 OGs that have left the show from season 1. The 3 have left. One of them will come and close out her story. I've mentioned to you who. I don't want to.
Yeah, boy. Me and you, we share the tea.
So yeah, I've told you who, and so we have how many new houses? 3 new housewives. One has a lot of controversy. Weird stories coming out about her, about some kidnapping and weird situation like that. Yeah,
Mm.
I'll send you the links for you to read up on. Or did I send you already? I'm not sure if I did.
Mm. I'm not sure too. I'm still gonna check.
If I didn't, I'll send them to you. You read up on her. Dr. C is definitely back. Mine is back, and Vera is back. So do the math then, who are not back.
Oh
Since
my
I've met,
God. Thank you for
yeah.
this tea. We got it from Reality TV Africa. I appreciate hearing that. And I also have some tea.
Woo! Spill.
When it's not too, but this is an exclusive. for those that will watch this video, I'll put this as a trailer, guys. For those that watch this video. So the next trip is not international. It'll be off the Houses of Durban. It'll be here locally.
Mm-hmm.
But the second trip, I can definitely tell you for free, they'll be out of South Africa.
And that's exactly what I was saying even in my last real review. I was like, can we get can they come to East Africa maybe? Come to Nairobi, Kenya. Fingers
Who
crossed.
knows? Who knows? But I can definitely assure you that, yes, if for the first one, they'll be here locally. A second trip within the season, they are going abroad. And
Wow.
I don't know, say a lot. Do you want me to, why am I like this? Why am I like this? All I can tell you,
as long as it doesn't get you in trouble,
it won't get me in trouble. This I will say. Yes, right now we are hearing a Miss side about what the hijacking, right?
Mm-hmm.
But soon and very soon, Londi will get a chance to also tell her truth. That's all I can say from me. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Thank you guys for joining us. We are the tea spinners of Africa. Oh my God, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I love your work. You inspire me, your work ethic, and continue shining. And I want to do more of these things with you. I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too. Friends, Chomi. Please, let's make this a thing. Let's make this a thing. Let's make this a thing.
It has to be a thing. It has to be a thing. Well, thank you, and continue to stay blessed.
Bye.
Let me stop this recording. Stop recording.